Hi everyone, I'm Matt and welcome back to Worx Home Delivery. And today is very exciting because today we're going to begin looking at an awesome book of the Bible, the book of Acts. And in the book of Acts, we're going to see again and again that the mission of the risen King Jesus cannot be stopped. And because we're going to learn that so many times, we're going to do it together. Okay, so see if you can do it with me. The mission of the risen King Jesus cannot be stopped. Freeze or I'll shoot. Whoa, Scruff, what are you doing? I'm not Scruff. I'm Agent Scruff 007. Agent Scruff 007? That's right, and I said freeze or I'll shoot. Right, and how are you going to shoot me with Cedric? I have my ways. Look, just give him to me. Oi! Thank you. What? How did you do that? I have my ways. Now, what were you doing with Cedric?
Well, I heard that you were talking about a mission, and so I wanted to go on my own mission.
Right, and what mission was that?
To make the biggest and bestest chalk-coated bone in the whole wide world.
Right. Anyway, today as we begin our look at the book of Acts, we're going to see that Jesus has a much bigger and better mission than some chalk-coated bone.
The biggest and bestest chalk-coated bone in the whole wide world.
Jesus' mission is that people from all around the world would hear that Jesus is the King. And Jesus' mission is that people from all around the world would accept Jesus as their King.
It seems way too big. It seems impossible.
Well, it may seem impossible, but as we look through the book of Acts, we're going to see that, do it with me, the mission of the risen King Jesus cannot be stopped.
But surely something could get in the way. Surely something could stop it.
Oh no, it can't be stopped because this was God's plan. This was God's mission from the very beginning.
Really?
Really. Because look, the book of Acts, it starts quite a long way through the Bible. Lots of stuff has happened before we get to this point. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to watch a quick animation which helps us see how we get to here. Let's watch.
The mission of the risen King Jesus begins from before time began, and it goes till the end. In the beginning, it was clear to see that God was the King, because He's the one who created and rules everything. All things in the sky and the sea and the ground, the plants and the animals, with each unique sound. Then God created people, both large and both small. It was clear to see that God was the King over all. But people thought, this doesn't seem to be right. Why should God rule us? Let's put up a fight. And so to the king, people said, go away! We'll rule ourselves from now on, from this very day. But ignoring the king led people to fight with each other. And the world God had made, it was now in a bother. When people started ruling themselves, it made God quite sad. His good creation and people had turned out quite bad. But God didn't say, well, you reap what you sow. Instead, He made a great promise that His love He would show. God promised a king who would bring people back. He'd always be perfect. He'd stay right on track. This king would bring healing from sickness and disease, but not all would like him or bow on bended knees. After God's promise, kings would come and they'd go, but each one would fail. They'd be a no-show. Till one day, an angel appeared to a lady. Mary, he said, you'll soon have a baby. This baby will be the king God had promised. Through his life and his death, he'll take the curse far from us. So Jesus, he came, and he showed one and all that he was the true king, promised of old. He healed the sick and the crippled, the weak and the lame, and his love and his teaching, it brought him great fame. But just like before, people said, "This ain't right. I don't want God's king to rule us. Let's put up a fight." And so Jesus the King, they killed on a tree. He died there for you, and he died there for me. So it seemed that the mission would not come to pass, because God's true king, he was meant to last. But just as God promised, so it came to be. Jesus rose back to life. Oh yes, yippee! So Jesus, he showed that the true king he was. And he gave his 11 friends a mission starting with, Because I'm the risen king for all eternity, you must now go and tell all people of me. Go near and go far and throughout the whole world. Tell each man and woman, tell each boy and girl. When the Holy Spirit comes, you must go. Tell people, to the risen King Jesus, you all must bow. Though people may try and stop it and tell you to flee, Jesus' mission's unstoppable, as we shall all see.
The Bible tells us that from before the creation of the world, God's plan was that Jesus would be the king.
Even though people try to stop it.
Exactly. And in Acts chapter 1 verse 8, Jesus tells his followers this. He says, "But the Holy Spirit will come upon you and give you power. Then you will tell everyone about me in Jerusalem, in all Judea, in Samaria, and everywhere in the world." In other words, Jesus gives his followers a mission. And that mission is that people from all around the world would hear that Jesus is the King. And Jesus' mission is that people from all around the world would accept Jesus as their King.
And you reckon nothing can stop this mission?
That's what the book of Acts tells us.
Okay, cool, but I think my mission still sounds pretty cool too.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I can't do it without Cedric.
Look, I'll send him back to you in another home delivery.
No, it's okay. I'm going to try to find that trapdoor in the camera that you used. And then
Be
I'll come and get
careful.
him. No, there's a...
Over the coming weeks in Quizworks Home Delivery, my friends and I will help us keep looking through the book of Acts together. And we will keep seeing again and again that, one last time, the mission of the risen King Jesus cannot be stopped. If you've already signed up at www.quizworks.com/home delivery, you will find some awesome ideas that can help you and your family be on that mission with Jesus. See you soon.